What does it mean to be a mother? For me, stressful sometimes, doing it alone.
I believe it just means love, hard work, responsibilities.
There's days where I'm like, what am I doing? Did I do that right? Did I say that right? I'm like, I should have done better this time, or I'll make it up tomorrow.
I do feel like I'm being a 2-in-1 parent. His father's not around, so then I have to do everything. I have to be the mom, I have to be the dad, and especially when my son gets older, it's going to be a lot of stuff where I'm going to have to be able to teach him. I don't know how to tie a tie. I'm not going to be able to teach him that a father or a dad would be able to.
It's not easy. It's extremely hard. That's why I tell all the kids at work that are younger than me, go to school, go to school, go to school, have fun. There's plenty of time to be a mother.
I do worry about money a lot. It's kind of hard to, just because of, having rent and then bills and all this other stuff, and then you have a child at that. And then I'm pretty much at the point now, I'm pretty much living my paycheck by paycheck just because of everything that I have to do. When I don't get enough hours, it's kind of hard to make ends meet, but usually what I do is, because I do work at the same place he goes to school, I usually just bring him whenever I'm there, and if the school needs something or if it's hard for them, I usually try to, the next day, I usually try to work more hours or double the hours.
How do I make ends meet when not making enough hours? My mother lives with me, and my father as well. My mother works full-time as a medical assistant, and she has a weekend job working at a kids clothing store. So she helps out a lot, and whatever she can't cover, I try to cover the rest. Sometimes I have to wait at least 2 paychecks just to cover one bill, because things are getting ridiculously high now. Unfortunately, I let the cable go because honestly, that was getting ridiculous. The amount every month they were charging an extra $20 for I don't know what. We have math. We have a lot of math today.
Oh my god.
Why do we have so many math papers?
I don't know. Oh yeah.
There's definitely times where I do feel guilty, and especially feel bad that there's stuff that I, as a parent, I wouldn't be able to provide for my child, especially because right now I am going as far as paying check by paycheck. There's definitely times where I see my son or something like, running out of clothes. Like last summer, I bought my son everything brand new because I seen that he was running a little short. But comes winter time, he's grown out of everything. And there's been times where I would send him to school with high water pants because those is what I can afford at right now. And then I'm looking around like, geez, I really feel bad. Come on your bed, come on. Thank you. Can you get the rest? No, there's some on the floor. I need you to get those. Thank you.
Do I regret anything? Not being able to drive is probably one of my things. A lot of things they want to do and I can't do, especially during the winter where they want to go somewhere. Sometimes I got to tell them no. How we're going to get there, that's kind of far. Or when they get invited to places with their friends and things like that. Like my older one, she's already going to be 15, so she wants to hang out more with her friends.
Beautiful crown. Is it new? Actually, replied the queen, it's quite old, and it's the reason that I have come to you so early on this very special day.
One of the hardest things as being a parent is finding daycare, or if I had to do something. there's nobody else really to watch him other than me. So then I'm left with the option of stay home. I have no other options. I can sometimes, I'm not gonna say all the time, sometimes ask his father. That's if he's not working. Or I can ask my aunt or my sister. But that's also if they're not working or if they are not busy also. When I was living in New Haven, I was working at Walmart. I had an apartment and my friend used to watch my son for me. But this was when my son was probably 6 months, 7 months, around that age. She would watch him. And my hours at Walmart weren't, they were really good. Like, I loved working there. It was just the hours, they gave me different hours each day. And it was kind of hard. Like, sometimes I would get off of work at like 11:30 at night, and then I don't have a car, so I'd have to get on the bus, wait for that bus, and then get on another bus to go get my son, pick up my son, and then wait for go to the bus stop and wait for another bus. So then there would be times where I'm not even getting home at least until 1:30 just to wake up again to go back to work. And there's been plenty of times where I would pay my friend.
Can I see your butt? Can I see your butt? Come on. We gotta go.
I see her knowing what to do as a mother with her child. Like every mother, she still needs coaching and stuff like that, but she's a great mother. She's gone above and beyond what I expected of her. I mean, she went from living in a household with her mother to being on her own and running her own household and knowing what to do in her household and paying her bills. So she's grown up a lot in a short period of time. I wish that I was more financially stable to help her out more with buying clothes and getting Cahill the things that he needs.
I love you.
I love you.
How much?
Exercise.
To the sky, you're so funny.
I've taken my daughter, my oldest one, plenty of times to work with me, and my mother also has taken my daughter to work with her so that I would be able to make hours, because honestly I don't make enough right now. I take the oldest one occasionally every other weekend when my mother's at work or my father's at work, and I don't want to leave her home alone for too many hours because that's the only time I get at least an 8-hour shift. When she was younger, I used to take her to work with me at Burger King, and I would have the high school kids that would be at work take turns in the playhouse.
Isabella.
It's for you to get off the bed.
I'm gonna make the bed.
Oh. My mommy's a hard worker, and she's sweet and kind and beautiful, and she works so hard. I want her to get a medal like me and to get a reward. Every time before I go to school, she wakes me up, she feeds me breakfast every single time in the morning, and she sends me to school, and I say bye. I love you, Mom.